Hello, Facebook. I super hope you can hear me because I'm using my microphone and I don't know if you can hear me. So I'm really going to be hoping you can hear me. It is super, super good to see you. I am really happy to be here. I want to start out by letting you all know that I've just posted a blog on my website. Oh, sorry. Just so you know, I have two puppies over here making a little mayhem themselves on Monday. And so if they're bothering you, I'm really sorry, but you know, puppies. So I want to start this Facebook Live by letting you know that I'm angry. So I'm angry. And there are like a whole bunch of reasons that I'm angry, but I've decided to focus on three that are sort of irritating me. Stop. Hey, stop. That are really kind of irritating me and making me crazy. And so I just figured we'd just get started with a couple of them. And hey, stop. Sorry, dogs. Shh, quiet. So they are, I'm going to lay them out for you. They are harassment, abortion and the fetishization of the fetus, and the Democratic Party. These are the things that are making me angry right now. So first, let's talk about harassment for just a minute. So I'm angry at the patriarchy. I'm angry at the backlash. I'm angry that over and over women are told, you know, to be quiet and shut up. I'm angry that this week Congress decided that they wanted to just completely ban abortion. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about what that means. So it means that if you are a woman and you are pregnant and you find out that you're pregnant, that at 6 weeks, after 6 weeks, you can no longer get an abortion. So they want to outlaw all abortions for everyone, period. So what does this mean for you, dear woman in America? Well, I'm pretty sure it means that even if you don't know you're pregnant and you get pregnant and you decide, well, you know what? I would like to exercise my right as a woman and get an abortion, you won't be able to anymore. And I don't know if any of you all know anything about periods. I know everybody hates it when we talk about periods. Let's talk about periods for a minute. A woman cycles 28 days. She'll miss her period, and then she'll find out, well, turns out I missed my period. I might be pregnant. I'm going to go get myself a test. She goes to the drugstore. She gets herself a test. She finds out from the test, hey, I'm pregnant. It's been like 5 weeks. So now she's pregnant. And then, hey, Kristen, what's up? Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Tell me if you can hear me. I hope you can hear me because I'm using a microphone and I don't know if you can hear me. So she says she's pregnant, and then she has to take time to get into a doctor, and then she has to take time to make that decision. And sometimes it's, you don't know you're pregnant for like 8 weeks. And so, you know, we're going to ban abortion, total abortion ban, not even like a little ban, not even sort of a 20-week ban. We're talking all abortion ban all the time. So that makes me kind of mad. And then do you know what else they did? They did this. Are you ready? I don't know if you're ready. They injected personhood language into the tax plan. Hold on, the dog. Stop. Hey, stop. They injected fetal personhood language into a tax bill. Let's just talk about that for just a minute. It's a tax bill. Did you know that under this, you could give a fetus 529 savings plans for college? The absurdity of injecting this language into a tax bill when we know full well that many of us can't even save for our own college educations, let alone the college educations of the children we already have. And now we're going to have personhood language into a tax plan that makes it so that we can give college savings funds to a fetus. This is a waste of taxpayer dollars because we are paying these men, note, white men again, see them at a microphone. Oh, look, we have another one right here. Look, white guy sitting there at a microphone. I'm really tired of it. It's racist, it's sexist, it's bullshit, and I've had enough. Oh, and by the way, I don't need to have enough because guess what else they did this week? Oh, yes. We're going to go to war on birth control. Now let's just talk about this for a minute. If we want to ban abortion, we're banning abortion, you should probably provide a way to prevent the abortion from happening in the first place. That means that you have to provide people with what? Say it with me, everybody. Birth control. Because guess what we all know about America? We're all having sex. I know we don't like to talk about that either. We've talked about periods. We've talked about sex today. And let's just talk about the fact, thank you for your cheers, Kristen. I really appreciate it. Let's just talk about the fact that people are still going to have sex and they're still going to need to access birth control, because what does Congress want us to do? They want us to not have abortions. But guess how you make it so you don't have abortions? Why, my God, you provide birth control. I know this seems ridiculous, but it's true. So we've talked about periods, we've talked about sex, we've talked about the patriarchy, and we've talked about the fact that all of these policies are racist, sexist, absolute bullshit, and we have got to revolt on a number of levels. See, I'm mad. I started out with that. See, I am angry. Okay, so we've covered abortion. You know what we haven't talked about? Speaking of bullshit, harassment. Let's just talk about harassment for just a minute. I know we've heard a lot of things about harassment. I'm on the Twitter sphere. I love the Twitter. And let's just talk about the fact that on my very own alumni campus at USC, in the School of Social Work, there is a professor who has been found guilty of sexual harassment against a student that he had direct contact with, and she has sued the school, and he has not been fired. Do you know what they made him do? They made him move his office. Oh, yay. His office was already in an isolated part of the campus, by the way. And so now we've made someone who has been proven guilty of harassment against a female student move his office to a more isolated location, and he has not been fired, so eventually he will still have access to students again. Can anybody please explain to me, on the heels of Me Too, hashtag Me Too, every single person that I know, including my mom, who, by the way, it turns out was a victim of her pediatrician when she was a young child, posted on Facebook a news story of which I didn't know. All of my friends, all of your friends, everybody who I know, it was filling up with Me Too's. And yet we are still making sure that our professor who has direct access to students is going to have access to them still? This is not okay. University of Southern California, private institution, not okay. Not okay. We are so entrenched in the patriarchy that even women protect professors who are guilty of harassment. They had a dean of the medical school using his office in order to hire prostitutes, and who was using drugs. This school is bad. We need to attack the patriarchy where it is starting, and they are protecting all these people. All right, I mentioned I was angry, and I am. Okay, third topic, the Democratic Party. Yes, the Democratic Party. Now, for months, I have been trying to get off the Democratic Party's call list. I donate to candidates individually, one-on-one. If I love the candidate gets my money. I hope when I'm a candidate, I'm going to get lots of people's money. I want you to give to me as a candidate because I resonate with you. Because the things that I'm saying and the things that I'm feeling are things that you are saying and feeling, and you want me to represent you in government. I give my money to Democrats. I even sometimes give my money to Republicans. Yes. But I am not giving my money to a party. I am not giving my money to a party that can't tell me straight up whether or not they are endorsing anti-choice candidates. I am not giving my money to a party that thinks that it is okay to endorse somebody who is not a Democrat. And I am not giving my money directly to the DCCC if they cannot come out and tell me what the hell they are doing. I am tired of it. I'm sick of it. I've had to block their numbers from my phone. Numbers, not just numbers. I have tried to get off every single Democratic Party call list, from the Governors Association to the Senatorial Association to the DNC to the DCCC. Sick and tired of it. Stop flipping calling me. I give my money directly to candidates. Leave me the hell alone. Okay, so there's my big soapbox. I hope you all enjoyed it. Now, let me tell you a little bit about what I am doing in order to fight the patriarchy, slay, hi Jeannie, and totally upend the patriarchy. Are you ready? Here it is. So, My name is Dr. Melissa Bird, PhD. I have become a member of Patreon. And Patreon is a community for badass superstore artists, writers, bloggers, podcasters, all sorts of magical and amazing people who are involved in totally engaging in their art and their craft. Yay! Hi, Jeannie! If you give $10 to my Patreon before November 20th, I will highlight your project or business to my 359 Facebook followers. Oh, I got 360, so I have one more. 3,500 Twitter followers, 579 Instagram followers, if you go to patreon.com/birdgirl1001. And in that vein, I have to tell you about this amazing organization called Vantage Point. So their website is tryvantagepoint.com. And they are a virtual reality organization that is trying to raise money to go from campus to campus. Sorry, had to check on the puppies. Campus to campus to reduce sexual harassment and sexual violence against women. And they have this virtual reality system where you actually get to see what it is like to be harassed on campus. And it is incredible. And my girl Morgan Mercer is really getting shit done when it comes to sexual harassment. And I have put on my website at birdgirlindustries.com, I have put a link to their campaign. They're doing crowdfunding online. They're trying to raise $625,000. They've raised about $3,000 of it. And I just really think it is a hell of an organization to be giving money to try and reduce harassment. Hi, Sandra, how are you? To reduce harassment, because as we mentioned earlier, I am angry. And so if you are more interested in the virtual reality stuff that Vantage Point is doing, check out tryvantagepoint.com. Their mission is to bring vision to people so that they have an understanding of what it's like to experience sexual harassment in an effort to lower sexual harassment on campus and stop it. But as I mentioned earlier, if we've got a whole bunch of entrenched patriarchy people, hi Amy, how are you? If we've got a whole bunch of people entrenched in the patriarchy who are protecting professors who have direct access to women, then we're not ever going to be able to fix this problem. Speaking of, I heard a really fabulous interview with Gretchen Carlson, who was from Fox News, and she was sexually harassed, and she has left, and she wrote this book called Be Fierce. If you ever listen to podcasts, I did not listen to podcasts till the election, and all of a sudden people turn me on to podcasts. Pantsuit Politics is this great podcast where it's a conservative woman and a liberal woman who were in the same sorority in college together, and they went to law school together, and they're super magical unicorns together. And they interviewed Gretchen Carlson, and so it was 2 weeks ago, and it is a phenomenal podcast, and I highly recommend it because they talk about the nuance behind things. And so it helps me because I tend to be really absolute and really angry because, you know what, I am angry. And these are the things that I'm really angry at. I'm sick and tired of the harassment. I'm sick and tired of them banning abortion. And I'm sick and tired of the Democratic Party harassing me with their phone calls because, let's just face it, I'm sick and tired. So, little bit of a reminder, if you give $10 to my Patreon before November 20th, I'll highlight your project business to my 359 Facebook followers, 360, 3,500 Twitter followers, 579 Instagram followers, patreon.com/birdgirl1001. It's super awesome because I have $10 a month. That's a couple lattes, maybe 3, maybe 2, depending on where you live. It's really super exciting. I'm really excited because it's going to help me get this advocacy work out there. I'm working on a couple of projects, including Fanning the Flames, which is a super badass workshop where I kind of help women get unstuck and dig into their passions so that they can change their communities on a local level. And then I'm writing a book. As you all know, I got my PhD in May, or maybe you don't know, but I got my PhD in May, and I'm writing a book called The Modern American Virgin, Stories of Women's Reproductive Life in America. And I have all these projects, and they just need to be funded. And so I've become a member of Patreon, and I'm super excited all of you joined me for this webinar today, or this Facebook Live, not a webinar. I don't do the webinar thing. I have to toggle and stuff. But I'm really super happy that you all are here, and I'm really even happier that you support Bird Girl Industries, and I just really want to thank you for everything. And if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Well, clearly you're on Facebook, but Instagram and Twitter at birdgirl1001, and spread the word about birdgirlindustries.com, and look at tryvantagepoint.com. And just in case you've completely forgotten, they want to ban abortion. Okay, they want to ban abortion, but they're not providing birth control. Okay, so you can't have this without this. All right, you know what I want you to do? I want you to go out, resist, insist, and persist on a better America. Hey, Lisa Giffey, how are you? I really, really, really want you to do one thing today that lights you totally on fire. I don't care what it is. I don't care what you're mad about. I don't care what your engagement is. I don't care if it's local or national. I just want you to tap into what you're passionate about, and I want you to go out and save the world, okay? I just really want you to do one thing today that makes you feel super resisty and super feisty, and I just want you to go out and do it. And I think you're awesome, and I love you all. And by the way, this totally sits on my desk, and I'm just going to leave you with this. Do some epic shit today, okay? Love you. Mean it.